Hey, y'all. Just real quick, before you hear this episode today, very good episode on Father's Day and Juneteenth, because that's where we're at. And yes, this is the beginning of the end, if you will. A combination between the end of the relationship series that we started way back in February, and of course, the beginning of speaking on this year's Father's Day, as well as this year's Juneteenth celebration. Okay, and they both are celebrations in their own right. Shout out to the daddies. Paternal step, which in reality you get yourself a bonus dad, really. There's some circles out there that call stepfathers bonus fathers, and that's a real thing, okay? It's one thing to have one, but it's a cool thing when you got two. See, again, and if communities leaned into this idea of more is better, truly more is better in this case, because you've got leadership coming from many spots. It's also, I spoke on discipleship. This is just a short little intro, and then y'all hear the message. Dealing in, because I don't want to hold y'all for long. So dealing in the idea of spiritual fathers, right? You hear this a lot in church. You hear this a lot in discipleship, mentorship type things, right? And again, in speaking on discipleship, guys, we got to stop timing in on the disciple part of it. See, again, this is this idea that the ones of which get the higher thing here again, and nobody gets a pass. Again, we'll all have sin, right? Okay, but when you're talking about things, especially biblically speaking, they talk about those who have a higher thing to deal with. Your leaders, your those who govern over people, right? You have more of an account to give to because there's more responsibility there, right? Okay, now I understand, right? Because again, when you sip in the syrup of massa, right, the idea is for you to be the leader without serving. But again, according to the kingdom of heaven, as it said in the Bible, again, we're talking about a way of operation. Less the place that we're going to after we die, right, ladies and gentlemen, and more of a way of operation. And especially on this planet, especially when they talk about bringing heaven to earth and all that kind of thing. When you're speaking on that type of topic, this is talking about an operation. That's what Jesus is talking about consistently when they talk about it, and then in other places in the Bible when you talk about the kingdom of heaven. So a couple of things just to talk about here, and shout out. I've got a couple of those actually. One of them's a good friend of mine on Facebook. Has helped me through a ton when it comes to this life and understanding, and y'all have heard me shout out this person before, and we will, because again, we give credit where credit is due around here. I consider the person a dear friend on many levels. Okay, you need people to help you through the tough times in life, man. If y'all ain't ready for that, man, what are we doing, right? What are we doing? So as I normally do, getting excited, we talked about a white woman swinging, and Lord knows, who knows, right? Again, when people stand on a certain side, you get the discipline of that person of which you're standing on, or reward, depending on how society has set up a thing, right? And in this case, we don't know and if you do, y'all shout me out. Let me know of some white people who hung for standing next to black folks, okay? But we do mention white women hanging and lynchings, and that I don't know for sure, but I did mean to say black woman, right? And we go on to reference a black woman who was hung, and it was a very horrific one in history, okay? Which again, we won't go into because of the horrific nature of the details of the hanging, okay? But yes, that woman did stand up for her husband against a cruel and wicked taskmaster, as it's a little phrase used in the Bible there. Again, plantation owner, however you want to look at it, right? So you pay a penalty. Are you willing to stand up, man? Because your life is on the line. Slowly, we said it way early in the beginning of this podcast. I believe maybe during election day or one of those. Dying slowly or dying quickly, y'all. This is and this is not to make a thing morbid, but this is just to bring gravity to the situation what's going on. The other one is dealing with Black Music History Month, okay? And we speak on the correlation between Elvis Presley and, I say Roy Orbison. I meant Roy Hamilton. Two different people. There's a lot of videos that have surfaced recently about this dear brother. And when you listen to the singing cadences of each person, you see there's a little bit of something going on there. But again, when you're talking about a society built on not giving credit to where credit is due, when you have a lot of people, whether they be of the darker skin tones, contributing to society, and a society set up to not give certain credit there, here you have your problems. And again, you set a precedent by doing that. With segregation and all this kind of mess, whether it be in the military, whether it be in music, whether it be in sports, no matter where it was on these lands back then, and much remnants of it still till to this day. We done seen people taking off people's holy garments that they wear over their heads. We've seen that happen in school. We've seen people cutting folks' locks, telling them to remove their braids, all types of stuff, y'all. The thing is still alive and well. Don't be fooled. Right, which leads into the third one that I kind of messed up on. You see, again, y'all, we don't hate. We correct as we go along, y'all. You keep pace with yourself, and you make sure that you make the corrections as necessary where you're wrong. It's that easy. It really is that easy, right? So we talk about buck breaking. I didn't finish the rest of that. Basically deals with rape. Okay. It deals with plantation owner, master, whoever it is, finding the strongest guy in the group. Whether it be him or his associates, they take that strong black man from the group, they hold him down, they rape him. It takes a whole bunch of y'all to do something so spineless and sick, but I digress. If you're not ready to defend yourself, y'all, if you fall for the traps and the trickeries and the lies of those who have given themselves over to the adversarial mindset, then you have no choice but to receive the said consequence in doing so. You got to be prepared to defend yourself. Again, that bully mentality, you got a lot of, they improperly talk about the victim thing, and we're going to let y'all go on, because I don't mean to hold you. We got to be careful with that victim thing. We're going to get into that topic as we go down the road here, because again, things are taken out of proportion and out of balance. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and we will talk to you soon. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a good FriYay to you. Father's Day and Juneteenth weekend FriYay. Welcome in, my almost 500 strong man. We talking about boldness, ladies and gentlemen. Take boldness today to do what's necessary. You gotta be confident in yourself, man. Can you be? It's to my geeks. It's to my freaks, man. I know what everybody else saying. I know what the jocks and the culture shocks want to talk to you about, but we're just talking to y'all one day. Those who are low in spirit. Yeah. Whew. Hey, man, y'all be strong, right? We're talking something that's said biblically, right? Y'all welcome in. I'm almost 500 strong to this episode here, A Different View. This is a sad day, y'all. This is a sad day, y'all, because this is the beginning of the end of the relationship series we did, y'all, right? We said that. We said Father's Day was going to be that. We mean that. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to be people that mean what we say and say what we mean, as the phrase goes. We don't realize how badly twisted that is. It's slided to one side of that conversation. But for those of y'all know, like we talked about last time here, right? Dealing with Starbucks workers unions. I know it gets sticky. It gets sticky because greed is the glue that's trying to hold you down. You got to let go of that mess, man. If that thing on your shoes and stuff like that, take them shoes off, go get you some different shoes, or walk barefoot if you have to. Yo, man. Don't let greed hold you back. See that you got it on one side. This thing for all sides, y'all. This ain't just for one side. Yes. Life is for all, regardless of whether you agree or disagree, to live in peace. It's time, y'all, geeks and freaks, as they like to call you, to get bold, man. Get bold. Just because you wear The little pocket pencil protector. You know, the normal stereotype of the geek and the nerd, right? Because you got the kind of like the Steve Urkel thing to my black brothers and sisters, right? Do you have any cheese? Yeah, I got Gouda, I got Brie, I got Brie for you, right? We got Gruyere. We got some cheese for you, man. Huh? This all over the world, man. We got that cheddar. You know, how they say cheddar mean money in the hood, man, right? We got that lettuce, man. Shout out to my day oneers out there, friends and family. We see you. We recognize you. We here on the same team, y'all. Read a post today on my Facebook page. I'm telling you, shout out to my day oneers, man. Folks thinking. Heard a podcast a long time ago, and again, we're talking about bringing things to your remembrance. There are a lot of topics to talk about, y'all. A lot of topics, but we're going to get on a lot of them. And again, today begins the beginning of the end of the one on kids with parents, because again, Father's Day is coming up, right? This Sunday, y'all, like we did right to the mamas, do right to the daddies. Let this sexist mess go. Let it go. It has done nothing but bring hurt, damage, and pain to families and societies and organizations and communities and every other word we want to use for the various people groups and collections of people groups, I should say, across this planet, man. It has done nothing but bring death and destruction. And again, I will reference that most beloved Bible verse. Yeah. Yo, man, come on, y'all. Wait, in the mind, stir up. This is what your Bible tells you. Stir up certain things to your remembrance, gifts on the inside of you, right? This most beloved Bible verse, the thief. Those meaning to steal from you, ladies and gentlemen. Understand, we ain't talking about nobody dressed in red with some pitchfork and horns. We talking your open adversary in front of you day to day. As you woke up this morning, some neighbor making fun of you for no reason, right? We talking about that adversary. Come on. See, drop some of this mess, y'all. When you go to work, that boss treating you like trash. Come on. You go to the supermarket, you can't even shop in peace, y'all. It's time to take the stand. Not in violence. In peace. In defense. We watching the Star Wars thing, y'all. It's goody. It's a goody. What is it in your mind that will tempt you to the dark side, ladies and gentlemen? That thing is so real. Hurts, pains, disappointments, disruptions in your life. What will tempt you? What will knock you off the path? You got to know it, recognize it as clear as a Taraba sports phrase is a blitz coming right up the middle, right? We talking about that blitz, they sending it right up. We all know about blitz, right? Especially to my German brothers and sisters. Y'all know about blitzkrieg, man, right? We know that World War II. We speak that thing. We miss out on the parts like the partition and stuff like that, but we speak that thing, man. England gonna sit there and try to supplant India. Lord help us, man. And during a war where you talking about who the enemy is, no, y'all missing it, man. They use violence as a play, just like they use peace as a play to hurt and take. Y'all got to catch the play, man. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and destroy. Well, let's just take where we at. Where we at? 6 minutes. Let's. Whoo, God help me today, man. Let's break down some words, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do on this podcast. Hold on now. Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, steal. The thief cometh not but for to. Hold on. We taking definitions that we read, putting them where the words are, right? But for to steal. Okay, what's steal's definition, KJ? Take. I.e. another person, they got it in parentheses, is coming from Oxford. Okay? Oxford's dictionary. Another person's property without permission or legal right. When you see that word legal, realize real quick, ladies and gentlemen, that laws are made up. At one point they weren't there, and there they came up, right? Like we did that piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy, right? This is how this goes, right? You got to catch the play of life. Greed is dictating a lot of stuff here, y'all. It's using holy notions. Belief, defense, protection, health, doesn't matter what it is. Love, it doesn't matter what it is. Using and twisting the thing for its evil purpose. Taking without permission or legal right and without intending to return it. My dear black brothers and sisters, when y'all gonna get it? You can't rub shoulders close to the people who want to take from you, because they're gonna keep taking from you. That's what they have resigned in their mind to. That's what they have not broken away from. And for those, this happened during 2020 after George Floyd lost his life tragically. Y'all, I understand where people go in the mind, but to be free, you must break away from certain things. Again, that what you hold on to, they use to you today to take from you, to steal from you, right? Understand that if you're going to join up with these other cultures of the world, y'all, you cannot turtle shell. Add to the pain those folks go through. This is something that Sister Tamika Harris said during the beginning of all of the speeches and stuff that came out after George Floyd died. If the so-called white woman, this is powerful, man. This ain't the first time this happened, though, in life. You go back into the 60s, which we will talk about during Juneteenth, y'all. Because if you're okay with segregation, there is a problem. Separation and what the United States government came out with as segregation are two totally different things. And this affects the family, see? Because part of the thing where we segregate is old versus the young. You cannot reach your children if you are thinking you're better than them. But by the grace of God, Father, there you go. There go I, right? That's how it says it in the Bible. See, you gotta let go and look in that. You're supposed to raise up your children in compassion. You can't touch that. We've read these verses before. We will bring them back to your remembrance, right? You cannot until you are touched. You'll only go so far. They need you to go further, fellas. They need you to go further. The wife needs you to go further. You need to let go of some of this sexist, it's not masculine, it's sexist mess. Let it go. It won't help you. Be okay crying. Get in control of your anger emotions. See, be angry but sin not. That's what the Bible tells you. Yet in the pulpit, they'll keep telling you how wrong anger is, but your Bible telling you it's okay to be angry. God, the one made you, that's got that emotion. See, for it to be in you, it's got to come from the Creator. Y'all ain't got it yet, man. Y'all ain't got it yet. But you can be in. Take a note from your Eastern brothers and sisters. Discipline, y'all. You can be in control of all of that is you, just like God is. Never mind. Never mind. Without intending to return it. Steal. To move somewhere quietly or surreptitiously. The word surreptitiously. Lord, they make up some big words, man. So you got to make up big multi-syllabled words in order to hide your mess, man. That's for sure. In a way that attempts to avoid notice or attention, secretively. You know, how everybody gets caught off on the word conspiracy. Again, re-reference some of my episodes that we've done here. And word conspiracy is less spooky than what you think it is. And many people are not doing stuff in secret. They're doing it right in front of your face. They're not paying you your proper wage right in front of your face. It's not in secret. They're not giving you certain perks that they took away from the worker, like abundant overtime. Can some of the young people go talk to their parents and their grandparents, right? Especially your grandparents, about how they used to work. They racked up that overtime. I wonder where they went. How do you have less now? I know y'all make excuses for why. That's fine. Y'all go with it. Master want to make sure you keep going with it, by the way. So y'all keep doing it. Just doing a good job. How did we go away from more overtime with less money on the planet? And now more money. It's what they tell you. Now more money on the planet, less overtime. Everything got to be 40 hours no matter where you go. I know I know what y'all going to say. Certain places, yeah, okay, man, I'll get blah, 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 blah. We understand. Okay. Y'all got to question certain things, man. If you want change in this life, you got to question certain things. Anyway, that's steal. Let's get into kill, right? Because that's the next part of that verse. The thief cometh not but for to kill. Ooh, boy. We see a lot of killing, right? Peace in the Middle East. Y'all keep saying it. Y'all keep shouting it out, right? You talking about manifestation. I understand y'all have a problem, but we can speak the word of God over things, right? But that's not manifestation because never mind. Never mind, y'all. Never mind. No. See, that's pagan, KJ. Yeah. Yo, yeah, speak unto this mountain, man. Got nothing to do. Never mind. To cause the death of a person, animal, or the living thing, to put an end to, or cause the failure or defeat of something. I wonder where we have seen folks kill before. Again, back in the day, y'all left church to watch a black man swing, to watch a white woman swing. We're not going to give you one of those lynchings, since there is a popular one. A very horrific one to how a woman died standing up for her husband. You talk about that family unit, right? Y'all had the black woman swing from the tree. And oh, thank God that Christ died on the same tree of which years later, and even dare I say then, that you had innocent men and women swinging from. We're talking about redemption on a high level. Whew, what a high level, man. Because high sins have been done against the high courts of heaven. From humans, not God, not the devil, humans. Doing things they should not, speaking and chasing after other things and ignoring the weightier matters of the law. That is what is told to you in the Bible. As they say in church, y'all hear me say it sometimes on here because it's ingrained in me. Again, I grew up in a church house. Your Bible said, right? That's how they'll say it. The Bible says. Yeah, the Bible says Jesus hung on a tree, and make no mistake about it, did it for those who would be hung on trees, and possibly at the time were hung on trees as demonstrations. Demonstrations, you know, like buck breaking. Did y'all know what that term is? It was when Massa sent out either himself or one of his straw bosses to go find the biggest. We'll put this is gonna get, but we gotta say it. Yeah, because the two tie in, by the way. Again, shout out to Father's Day. Okay, shout out to the stepdads too. Shout out to the fathers of all types, including the women who are the single mothers that gotta step in for daddy's place. We gotta get real, ladies and gentlemen. There's no healing until we get real. They got to step into the place for those men who either one died. Like in my own instance, my mother had two good husbands die on her after 8 years, man. I know you got your, again, conspiracy, right? You got your folks out there say all kinds of stuff. That's all right. Y'all go with it. But that does something to the mind, man. She's not the only one, right? Yes, I got to. She ain't the only one. How many people we know have lost good men, good women, man? They wasn't doing nothing wrong, wasn't freaking in the street, nothing like that. No, just life, the things that will happen in life, the storms of life coming. But our communities and our neighborhoods and our churches strong enough to bear them up in the time of trouble. See, compassion. Lord. Compassion is missing, man. The compassion's missing. The love is missing. So it's all right for you to go witch hunting after homosexuals and transgender people. It's all right for you to go after the Palestinian and the sand monkey, as you say. Killing these dear brothers and sisters by hanging on a tree. No, Christ did it so that there'd be a level of protection for those who were going through that mess. It's time to stop, y'all. Another thing I found out about June is that I did not realize this. This is Black Music Month, y'all. Shout out to President Jimmy Carter. right? The 1970s, 1980, and 1979, President Carter made it all right. We're talking about that executive branch of government. But again, realize that anything that goes up to the executive, we talked about this with this felon thing with Donald Trump, when it goes up to, see, again, be careful in exalting the president too high, y'all. You got to hold your whole government accountable if you want what's deserved to you in this life. I know people say these types of stuff like, well, you ain't deserve, no person is deserving of nothing. Okay, guess what? They go into the bank with your money off that thought process. Anyway, if y'all okay with that, rock with it. I know a bunch that are not. Again, to my almost 500 strong who have viewed and listened to this podcast, they are not. Anyway, and I know there are more out there. I know. They bullied you to sitting in the shadows. Stop being bullied. Defense has been given to y'all. This is not about violence. It's about operating in peace now. Get the tools and the information necessary to operate in peace on this planet, man, because that's what this is about. Folks, hanging. You call jazz jackass music. No, shout out President Carter, man. Anybody who's going after life and godliness, I'm going to give them a shout out no matter how corrupt they might be. Because in that instance, they are doing the right thing. It is time to start giving credit to our dear black brothers and sisters. Like Sister Thorpe. Playing on a guitar. Rocking out in the church. Right in the church. Sister never mind, y'all. Never mind, y'all. Don't y'all. But rock and roll is white music, KJ. I thought KJ, hold on, come. Brother KJ, hold on a second. You telling me that Rosetta Tharpe, y'all, this new sister, man. Y'all play some of her music, man. Hold on a second. Hold on. I don't even know if I can for copyright reasons, man. I was gonna play a clip. Y'all look this sister up. Woo! And a sister indeed. Rocking out. Y'all sitting there shouting out Elvis Presley, and for whatever y'all want to think about Brother Roy Orbison for a minute, huh? It's funny how both of them sound the same. And it's funny at a time in the 30s and the 40s and 50s where, again, you're talking about Jim Crow law. See, yeah. See, come on, KJ, you know, slavery was abolished. Yeah, we know slavery was abolished, but was it abolished in the mind of people? Oh, hell no, it was not. So you can't legalize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. See, we need to tackle these things that our elders and ancestors talked about, y'all. This is not the time to put it away. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't always talking about peace like that, man. This is talking about challenging what's going on. What the hell did you think he got shot for? Oh, and the same bullet waits for anybody like that, because again, this is the society and this is the nation that is built upon greed, not God, greed. It was not God that caused settlers to come to these lands in 1619. That was their waste over in Europe, and they said, hey, we can come get some more stuff to keep wasting. And by God, they doing it today. They wasting it, y'all. Food wasted. Look at the trash cans behind all these restaurants, man. Waste. You go in these retail stores, they actually believe in full shelf concept. So much to the point, not so that y'all don't have nothing, which is what you happen when you go to certain stores, say like Dollar Tree and stuff, where the workers are so overwhelmed, they cannot pack out at the necessary rate. They cannot hire to the necessary rate while everybody keeps doing the mental happy feet dance over the fact that we have gone too far. We're wasting, y'all. Take a note from our Asian and Native brothers and sisters that continuously always talk about this, and not just them, because we're in Caribbean Heritage Month, right? Shout out one time to the West Indies, right? My Jamaican and Haitian, Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Rican, brothers and sisters, living out there on them islands, trying to live in peace with Europe messing with them consistently throughout history. Can't leave people alone. There's a penalty to pay for that, y'all. Black Music Month, man. Black Music Month. That was good to find out, man. No, they got your food. They got your food hemmed up, y'all. Banking system messed up. You got to realize you need money in your pocket. We understand about the loan partners. When you start talking about see, we're talking about finances now. When you start talking about the banking system, have y'all forgotten the story of A Wonderful Life? Have you forgotten It's a Wonderful Life? I haven't. I keep that thing very close in my mind, man, because that's what it's about. People on the trash heap of life need to catch the meaning again. You need to get a hold of the fire inside of you again. You do. We all do. Banks need deposits in order for this thing to work. And not just from the rich. You need them from everybody. You can't loan money if you ain't got no money in your bank. Never mind. But it's okay the amount of money that they're paying the quote-unquote average person every day. No, Europe blew up all their resources. I know they tell you in history, yeah, they was doing fine and blah, blah, blah. They were just trying to come to promote their sciences and blah. No. It was about takeover. It was about takeover. And they did it in the most cunning ways because they knew the rest of the planet was not living or thinking about that kind of thing. They knew what they were doing. And they all had help doing it. They all banded together to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, when do you band together to protect yourself? Hold on now. We're talking from a historical standpoint. I'm not making any conjecture or conspiracy. When do you band together? For, again, Labor Day. Let's see. I still got the paperwork here in front of me. I keep it in front of my eyes. 1886, man. 1886. 1885, before it was a federal holiday, Labor Day was recognized by labor activists and individual states. We read you the states. Go back to the Labor Day episode. After municipal ordinances, again, you just municipal magistrate. All in words, you just there holding place for massa. Okay, were passed in 1885, 1886. A movement developed to secure state legislation. And New York was one of the first states to deal with recognizing Labor Day. Again, y'all, you cannot help in this economy until you help yourself. The rich can't do it alone, y'all. This is a team effort. Do not let the greed and the revelry of Europe continue on unchecked in these lands. Can we do that? No matter how scary it is. And again, they have shown that they use intimidation and all that type of stuff, y'all. This is no matter how hard the road gets, can we honor our ancestors that died swinging from trees? White people who were persecuted standing with the black man and woman swinging from trees. Come on now. This is a team effort. And in your family and with your kids, it's a team effort. Train up a child in the way they should go is what you're told in Proverbs. Start learning them so you can train them for them, not you. If kids are your arrows, as it talks about in the Psalms, in Psalm 127, I got that note right here. I got to use my notes on this one. If they are arrows, okay? What target you shooting them at? We've asked you this question. Where you shooting them? You shooting them at the targets for you or for them? The job you want them to take, is it for you or for them? We're talking about so they can be successful, not you. If they do give back to you, so be it. See, this is the gravity when you be having a baby. Oh, I want that baby for you. Oh, I want a baby. Yeah, this is the gravity of it on the back end, y'all. And that's not to mention the late nights you gonna stay up changing them diapers and hearing all that crying. And then that's just the beginning. Because then by 2, 3, 4, 5, come on now, y'all. See, but no one talks to folks this way. They just tell you to abstain from sex. That's just about as far as it goes. They give you some little stuff that the parents knew on the back end. It's time to get real, y'all. It's time to get real, right? This is no diss to what you heard from your parents and stuff. Again, let that defense in the mind go. We're talking about learn some more. Give me some more, right? That's what Busta Rhymes said, right? So learn some more. Come on. Ah, man, to put in that's kill, right? Let's get into destroy. What on earth, in heaven and under the earth, could the word destroy mean? To put an end to the existence of by damaging or attacking it. To ruin someone. Y'all know what that word ruin means? We hear that a lot in like medieval times and stuff. Ruins, right? Rebuilding ruins. The physical destruction or disintegration of something. I wonder where we have seen that before. Did you know Central Park belonged to the dear brothers and sisters? My black brothers and sisters, did you know that? That's on top of this land belonging to natives that were here, that were taken over by, how do we say it on this podcast? Colonists? No, we don't say that. Scientists? No, we don't say that. Wait. It's for religious freedom. We don't say that. Invaders. No different than the Viking, y'all. Again, you can go too far. Your bloodlust can go too far. Again, you start to follow solely after your lusts and never put that stuff in check. You got an issue, y'all. You can have a strong desire for sex. You never use responsibility with it. You're going to have a problem. For food, for drink, for exercise. You know people who exercise too much. Work. We know about that word. That's called workaholics. Wait, workaholic. Where else have we seen that? Oh, we did talk about alcoholics. Now, see, we're talking triggers. We understand that. Again, we're going to put sensitive topics on this. But ladies and gentlemen, hello. It's where something goes too far. We understand there is an imbalance. There's something wrong. See, but if compassion kicks in, you're able to look into that person's life and help them better. Get them to places where you may or may not know to help them better. That's besides what they need to do. I know what, again, we understand the defense is in the mind here. Let them go. The disastrous, we keep going to this word disintegration. I'm not even going to look up disintegration because, again, when you start seeing things repeat, that means something. So homework for y'all, look up the word disintegration. The disastrous disintegration of someone's life. The complete loss of one's money and assets. The way they use it in a sentence, right? Use it in a sentence. We learned this back in spelling bee, right? Anyway. The financial cost could mean ruin. So, when you go back into destroy, ruin, right? Disintegrate someone emotionally, spiritually. To defeat someone utterly. Thief comes not but for to kill, steal, and destroy. But I have come, talking about the shepherd, the protector, the feeder, the one that look up shepherd. Same thing with that word husbandman, right? Husbands, fathers, right? Gardeners. That's what that word husband means, right? I know land. We talk about green thumb and all that kind of thing. We know land ain't even a thing for folks anymore today because y'all too stuck up in the office working for massa. Y'all in the retail store working for massa. Which we have all been duped by this, y'all. But it's time to wake up. Stay woke. Since we up on Juneteenth, y'all, take a note from our black brothers and sisters. We talking about the ones fighting for freedom and all that kind of thing. Stay woke. The man means nothing but to screw you, not help you. Give you a little bit while you give them more. That's out of balance. Don't make your kids angry and bitter. That's Ephesians 6, y'all. And I believe we've gone over it before on this podcast, just talking, right? And we got all weekend. So this is gonna be this is a weekend long thing here. Just talking about the truth of the glorious Bible that y'all reading, not the one they're sitting there talking to you about. Ye fathers. Boy, oh boy. Yo, the Bible can't get more specific, man. After we get past doing the happy dance with 6:1, right? Children, obey your parents in the Lord. Honor thy father and mother with commandment. Hey, by the way, if the Bible could mention fathers, right? I know it's not may anymore, but the truth of the matter still goes to the mothers. If they're talking about fathers, they're also talking about mothers. If they're talking about fathers and mothers like biological, we also talking about the step ones. This is the gravity of what you got going on, y'all. Do not provoke your children to wrath, so that they might live long on the earth and have somebody to obey. Let's see again. We adopt this massa, and when we talk about this, now we're going back into Europe. We're talking about more hierarchical king and queen type stuff. We've gotten so drunk with power here, we forgot the responsibility of what we doing. We'll end here in a few minutes. Provoke not your children to wrath. To wrath. Bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Those two things right there, man. And you know what's funny with Ephesians, that it breaks it down going to servants. Servants, be obedient to your master. It's funny how these things intertwine, right? Be obedient to them that are your masters according to this earthly thing that we deal with, right? With fear and trembling and singleness of heart as unto Christ, not with eye service as men pleasers. So you ain't doing this for massa. When you at the job, you ain't doing it solely for massa. Especially when they're acting foul and funky to you. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for the one who loves you, made you. You're doing it for the things that has formed this life from the one that loves and made you, which is like life, honesty, holiness, uprightness. You look up that word uprightness and righteousness, dealing with treating people all on the same plane. We read that story to y'all in the Bible about the homeowner. I might be mixing it up here, but about that boss who paid everybody the same equal wage for the day they worked. And don't you know the day they play the game with y'all on the job where they can't pay you correctly for what you do? Come on now. You ain't supposed to fight for that? You telling me you're not supposed to have worker representation for that? And if you do, you're not supposed to have better representation because you can clearly see where it needs some help. Again, like we say on this podcast, the checks and balances need better checking and balancing. They need to be checked and balanced better. This is just a real thing, right? But as servants unto Christ, this is verse 6 in Ephesians chapter 6, doing the will of God from the heart. With goodwill doing service as to the Lord, not unto men, knowing that whatever good deed any person does, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be slave or free. That's verse 8. Hold on now. So it's already powerful, man. The first 8 verses is like, whoa, right? Check out 9. See, because for some odd reason, I know the reason, like how some verses like these just so happen to miss from the slave Bible, so y'all could make sure you had good slaves for massa. Yeah, massa, we know you sick today. We sick too, massa. No, I'm not. But I'm sick and tired of your mess. That's for sure. And ye masters, bosses, co-bosses, assistant bosses, managers is the word we use today. Huh? Let's get real, y'all. It doesn't matter where on the planet. It doesn't matter public or private sector. See, we have accepted certain things from massa that are dangerous, y'all. Greed is the thing driving the machine, and it only means to do you harm. And it has caused much doctrine to come in. Doctrine is just an old school word for teaching. It's many teachings and thoughts are in the mind here, formulated out of greed, not out of bounty, not out of fairness. And that's what we're supposed to be operating in. You masters do the same things unto them. Just talking about everything before from verse 5 to 8, right? Oh boy, forbearing, foregoing, do not threaten them. Oh, so intimidation's not supposed to be used in business practices. Oh, okay. Oh, retaliation is not supposed to be used. No, not just in the words. I mean, like, back in Labor Day when they were trying to do stuff and people were intimidating them, hurting them, beating them up. Going to get the gaffoon from over in to my Italian brothers and sisters, right? See, but then again, Italian brothers and sisters and Irish brothers and sisters got away from that gang mess. I'm waiting for my black brothers and sisters to get away from it. They knew there was nothing left but death in the streets. And we trying to live out here. So we're going to have to let go of this gang mess. And they became cops and they became firefighters. So when does it happen with y'all? Can you follow suit? Since we like to stay so close to white people, can we follow suit? Forbear threatening, knowing that your master. See this thing between master and master? Knowing that they're talking masters here. Paul is talking masters there to the folks over in Ephesians, right? That's where we at. Ephesus, okay? Just another place on the planet. Masters, make sure you're doing the right thing, right? Because again, you got to talk to them because they're operating different than what they're supposed to be, like massa. Talking about the master, knowing that your master is also in heaven, neither is there, talking about the master, there is no respect of persons with the master. So they put him there. We understand God is dealing in both feminine and masculine. Okay? You got to get that in your mind, y'all. Ladies, it'll make it easier for you to relate to God that way if you understand that there's a level of feminine here. High levels, by the way. You're made in such a... Never mind. Because for most women, they don't already realize it. The men are slow on the play. The men are the ones slow on the play. It's a team effort, y'all. And this is where we're gonna... Let me just put a little thing here, right? Angry and bitter. Okay. So we're right there. Right there. Again, when you talk about that word wrath, man. Where we at? Yeah. All right. We'll listen. We'll do wrath. Wrath's definition. Indignation. Feeling or showing anger because something is unjust or worthy. Do not get your point. Don't get your kids to the point. Right? Hold on now. Hold on. Yeah. What? Don't get your kids to the point to feeling like they are unjust. They're angry because you made them feel unjust and unworthy of your love, of your respect, of your honor for them. See, again, you on a team. You're all on a team. Lately, this word disciple been coming up, especially when you talk spiritually. This is going out to my Christian brothers and sisters because we got to stop. The word disciple deals with what you learn, huh? What you learn. Indulge me, y'all, for just another minute here. Lord, help me say this thing so we can wrap up for folks. Disciple, where also discipline comes from. A follower of Jesus. Of course, this is, again, from Oxford's dictionary, right? A follower of Jesus. Cut that part out. Because, again, this is so simple, right? Can we go a little further? Okay, yes, let's go a little further. As a noun, a follower, a student of a teacher, leader, or philosopher. Where are my teacher, leaders, and philosophers at? Where y'all at? Stop getting on folks that need to be discipled and start talking to the people doing the teaching, leading, and philosophizing. When you can start the conversation there, then you can talk about the disciples. You got poor teachers in the classrooms. This is why you need to start talking about education more, which is another topic that everybody will be voting on come this election day. You want these teachers. I saw somebody post up something real powerful on my Facebook page. Again, we don't shout out names here. Okay. Dealing with the idea of what teachers need to get paid, y'all. See, again, another one of these groups out there, right? Talking about unions. Now it's the teachers. They got to deal with your snot-nosed, bratty kids all day long because, again, parents are okay there's no discipline. Again, you can't have it because nobody's teaching nothing. But then again, nobody's learning anything because nobody's teaching anything. Do you see the sick cycle? And it starts with the leader. We got to stop this mess. Kicking the help in the nuts every time when the leaders go sideways. We got to start with the leaders. The bosses need to be better. We need to let go of this racist, massa-like doctrine you have sucked down from your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and so on, because it is wrong. The other things they told you about honor and all that kind of thing, yeah. But the heart in which it was coming from is the issue, because they learned it during a wartime environment. That is for real, right? Because when you go back into your ancestry, Civil War was a thing. And the last time the Civil War was up, this thing was about taking on the backs of somebody else, y'all. Rob, kill, right? Steal, kill, and destroy. That's what thieves come to do. You want to protect your family, get better with the relationship, father, between your kids and you, between your wife and you, because there are many thieves out there that want nothing more than to rob or steal, or take, as I say on this podcast, kill and destroy. Utterly disintegrate that thing. Nothing left. Ashes. But yet there is yes and amen. There is a beauty for ashes. Can you deliver it, ladies and gentlemen? And that's where we'll stop today. That's where we'll stop today, because it ain't here to hold you forever. It's just for a little bit. So thank y'all for walking this road with me. We at the beginning of this thing. Shout out one time to the daddies. Shout out one time, especially when you're talking about black brothers and sisters, man. Shout out to these fathers. I put that thing on my Facebook page. I said we would talk about it again. You got a brother on the train. We know about that New York life. Shout out one time to New York, man. And he's sitting there training his kids. Train up your children, see? They got to teach them to read, man. You got to teach them to learn. They didn't let us read. It's time to read as much as we can, y'all. Study them like they study us. And that's a thing for everybody, not just black folks. So that's what I got for y'all today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for walking this road with me. Shout out to my followers, man. Again, this thing don't work without y'all. Talking about this labor stuff, it don't work without. Podcasts don't work without the listener, man. It don't. So thank y'all very much. We will talk to you soon here. We hope you enjoy this weekend and all that it brings, man. And as always, look to find the beauty in a different view.